Hello, Aqua here. Welcome back to Resonant Res. Now, as you may be able to tell, my voice is pretty ruined. I've been unable to record for a couple of days because Christmas festivities have destroyed my voice, and it's kind of got back to a state where I think I can record again. I hope my voice isn't too bad. I know my voice is pretty bad generally, but yeah. So I've not been able to record. I have been playing. I've done quite a bit. I've done a lot more than I'd like to do off camera, if that makes sense. So most of this, well, the first half of this episode is going to be talking through what I have done. Now, I've started out here. As you can see, I have got a boat in my cove, lovely. And you can also see I'm flying. I've started decorating a little bit. I've got a couple of these cages out here. I don't know what to put in these. I might put villagers in these and vacuum chests so they collect emeralds for me. I actually wanted to start at night, but the dawn was rising just as I was out here. But there we go. Got a couple of cages on that tree there, just to let people know that this is a place that's been built on. Because there's a lot of us on the server. There's a lot of people. Now, if you come into here, first of all, I guess I should say is I've got wings. Ooh. I was trying to save a wither fight until I was on camera, but I needed flight for building and stuff. It was getting on my nerves. I actually meant to make the gold ones, the Dr. Shakamoto gold ones, which is a reference to Vic Reeves from Bob Mortimer sketch on YouTube. If you was interested, it's quite funny. I like it though. I made the feathery ones by mistake, but never mind. I've got feathery angel wings. That's okay. You may notice that I'll take my armour off there. You see that my belt and my pendant from Britannia are actually rendered on my person, so you can see my green Sojourner's sash and my red Pyroclast necklace there, which I think is really cool. It actually renders your stuff on your character. I like that a lot. Right, I'm going to be clearing my throat a lot. I do apologise massively. So I made this last night. Well, I didn't actually make it. If you remember, you'll come over here. I don't want to waste too much time. You've seen it in one of the earlier episodes. There's a pirate ship over there. I built a BC builder. So if you look into my bag here, with this guy, architect table and a builder. The architect table, like so, and the builder is very similar. It just has a chest there instead of the blueprint. Blueprints are just paper and lapis. What you do is you use some landmarks around a place. Then you put the architect table down and put a blank blueprint in. Give it a name. Give it a name first, so your blueprint doesn't come out with blank. Because it's best to give it a name first. I'll show you what I mean. Let's if I had some landmarks set up, I'll put this down. Put a name in there, then put your blank blueprint in. Doesn't take any power. You can rotate it and stuff, and you can have it so it excavates blocks when you place it down and stuff, and you can have it survival and creative. Very cool. But all I did was I left them settings as they were, and that gets you this blueprint, and then you put this into the builder, and the blueprint, once it goes into the builder, if I was to put this builder down, as if I'm not taking the things out of my bag, if I was to put this down and put this blueprint in there, you'll see, there we go, that if I started feeding this with power and the blocks that it wants, so you see if I turn any eye off, that's the blocks that it wants. If I was to feed this with power, it'd build another ship there, facing that direction. So it actually faces whichever direction you place the builder in, which is very cool. Very cool indeed. I like it a lot. So I bought the ship here. The ship, of course, was just made of oak. So I've been fancying it up a little bit this morning while the house was noisy. Now I've been using slopes, carpenter slopes underneath the water. I haven't, because the slopes underwater make the water look a bit weird. We'll start at the front. They are very kindly modelled for me for a statue on the front there. So we've got a golden figurehead with a bow and a golden sword there. I have to make a gold bow. I think we can paint things. Sykes mentioned something about we have to paint things with something from a mod, so I shall be going to paint that bow gold, I think. So of course another cage, because this is a slaver ship, even though it's got a big skull and crossbones on it. I may have to change the flag, you know. I may put St. George's, or I may even a Union Jack or something, I don't know. Come down here, there's nothing in here yet. This is all living wood. I'm not sure if I like it, if I'm being honest. I don't know if it's a bit too dark, I don't know. I've done living wood and I've highlighted it with spruce. These little things. Bit of chisel glass there. Got a little cabin in here with a hammock. This is decor craft. This is something new to the mod pack since the last episode. I've not used a load of it, and I feel a little bit dirty because it only uses vanilla dyes, and I've got all them Botania plants, and it wouldn't take the Botania plants. So Poppy very kindly made me some dyes using Project T. So I feel a little bit dirty because I've indirectly used Project T by he got me a stack of red and a stack of cactus green, just because it's only for decor stuff, so I didn't really mind. But that gets you these crafting clays, and everything in this mod is made from the crafting clays. It's a little bit weird really, but I made a couple of bits. I made this telescope, ship in a bottle, hammock, and this is Bibliocraft of course. A hammock, I'm not sure if it actually fits. Would a captain have a hammock? I think the captain would have like a cabin bed, wouldn't he? I think that's what they're called, cabin beds anyway. Anyway, so there's that little room. It has let me down though, because there's no ship's wheel in Decorcraft. There's like 7 pages of the stuff. There's all kind of crazy stuff, and there's a couple of other bits around the base I'm going to show you in a minute. But like different barrels and beer kegs and like a door barricade, really good stuff for decorating. Chests, so you had like a Rubik cube. Look at that. So you could have a ship's hold full of blocks and stuff, full of like chests and barrels and all kind of stuff. All I've got down here is another cage, because like I said, this is a smuggler's ship, a slaver's ship for capturing witches. This is a black ship from Warhammer 40k, right? And up the top here, a little Bibliocraft flag. So this ship is called the Black Raven, I guess. It looks a bit weird if you look at it from the edge. And I might have to put some more frames behind there, because I need a frame in the corners where the actual things go in. I should actually move that one to the end there. That'd work. Cool. So, there you go. There's my ship. You reckon? I don't mind it. I think it could be nicer, but I don't mind it. Anyway, the other Decorcraft thing I've got is this. This is wonderful. Problem is though, you fall through it. So if I run across this, I'm getting stuck on the very start of it. Yeah, look, I'm just getting stuck. If I run across that, I get stuck or fall through it. If you jump, you generally can get across it alright if you jump. No, I'm just not having it, is it? Does not want to let me over. So like I say, it's a nice looking mod, but it's not as practical as possibly it could be. But as I can fly, it doesn't really matter, but people come to my bases. I've not seen it do this before though. Normally you just fall through the blocks a little bit. But there we go, nice little proper looking bridge. If we come down to here, after the last episode I did fall through the world again, lose all my stuff again. I actually lost a stack of ritual stones, so I made another load of reinforced slates. I've got some obsidian there. I've not made any ritual stones yet. I'm not doing any blood magic in this episode, but I do need to get on with it, because I do need a well of suffering. I need to start automating my LP gain. This is another change from Botania. In fact, these was already in the previous version, I just didn't know how to make them. If you combine a glimmering floating flower with any of the mana producing or mana using flowers, then you get a floating version. So that's a floating fallen canard, which is very nice. That's give me region where I'm stood above that. And don't mind them, I was making some cookies. Mana cookies, really cool. In fact, let me get my health rate down, my hunger rate down by standing next to this. Mana cookies are just cookies thrown into your mana pool, and I needed cocoa beans, so I went to the jungle biome near spawn and just got some of them. So I was making some while I was waiting for these to happen, the reinforced slates to make. So I've made a lot of cookies, and yeah, you throw them in there, and if, look at this, look at that, I'm right down on 0 health. Let's come out of the hunger area, and oops, didn't even eat it. Look at that, full hunger and full saturation for one cookie. Love it. In here, this is coming on alright. 53 stacks of netherwort, which is very good. The wheat's a bit slow. Yeah, it's alright, most of it. We've been to the end. We killed the Ender Dragon yesterday. Some of the guys have recorded it, so if you're watching their videos, I think Dave recorded some, I think Lion and I think Sice all recorded some. We was having a lot of disconnection issues. The server's a little bit unstable. We think it's an issue. There's an issue with Forge that's causing blocks to update. It's making Redstone a little bit weird. So we have got some issues with Redstone, and I'm going to turn that off for now while it's not doing anything. now that I've made my ship. So redstone, there's a forge, the version of forge we're using, there's a redstone issue, whereas I think something along the lines of instead of just updating the block, it updates the block it's touching as well, which causes all kind of things to go wrong. So we have been getting quite a few timeouts. I think it might be due to that, it might be due to something else of course, but it's making redstone automation a little bit difficult, so I'm waiting to do anything that requires redstone automation until that's done. So I've not been doing anything like that. The essence berries, I've got them coming straight into this now instead, so using a filter on there, I've got essence berries going straight into that autonomous activator, which eats them. The vacuum hopper picks them up, puts them in the fluid tank. Fluid tank puts them into the XP obelisk, and the XP obelisk has all my levels there, so I can store that 23 levels that I had, or I can take all 178 levels out. I'll put them back. Wonderful. This is going well. I've not put any more of them in there. I'm having to turn this off, and I'll tell you for why. I'm getting a bit of charcoal there. I've set this up so I've got, if you've seen any of my series, I normally set this up just so I've got a source of stuff for building. So I've got smooth stone, cobble, sand, glass, and you get a bit of gravel as a byproduct of making the sand. And then I brought my two things out here. So I've got a barrel full of living wood, barrel full of living stone, also for building. That's all I've done there. Done nothing over there. This tree Sice gave me, it came with a mega rubber sapling from MFR, and a mega rubber sapling, you just plant it and it grew that big bloody thing, which was blocking out my day blooms. I had to trim it down a bit. Now that you've seen that, I'm going to cut it down. But if you find a mega rubber sapling in your world, that is what it does. It grows that big thing. Rubber for days. I think Sice cut his down and he got like a stack of rubber from it. This is a bit of an issue. The redstone thing that I said, this has got a redstone conduit underneath it, but it's ignoring it because of the redstone issue, so I'm having to manually turn it on and off. So I've also made it so that it's little, just 4 trees, 4 saplings. It makes the 4 wide 2x2 trees. I did do this. I think it may put one of my viewers put a comment in saying do carpenter's grass blocks. It turns out carpenter's grass blocks will actually have saplings planted on them, which is kind of crazy. So I made all this into carpenter's glass blocks, and all the big trees grew. So I've had to put it down to that just to keep it under a bit of control. So yeah, I have to leave that on and then turn it off manually because that's just ignoring the redstone completely. And nothing over here. All I've done down here actually is I've made my Kekimurus flying, but again, because I cannot do anything with redstone at the minute, I can't really automate them yet, so I'm having to put that on hold. And the only other thing is, when I fought the Wither, I used this botanical brewery. I did have it, I wanted to show you it all, but botanical brewery is really nice. Make it like that, Runa Manor, brewing stand, and it makes you these things. It's called vials, and I've got one there called shielding, which if you get a golden apple, you get them 2 little gold hearts. Gives you 4 of them hearts, which is really nice. One there, health. I've got a regen 2-1, and I've got a strength 2-1. And you get 4. So it's your usual recipes. In fact, let me look at that like that. There we go. So botanical brewery, you make some mana glass vials, which is just 3 mana glass, which is just glass thrown into a mana pool. And then you right click the vial onto the brewery, and then you right click netherwort, blaze powder, and glowstone dust, and you get one of them vials. It has 4 charges in it, so it's really nice, really cool little brewing thing. And I think you're up to date on stuff outside the base. Now inside here, what have we done? First of all, I got a gift from Sice. He gave me this lovely set of armour from the Crimson Cult, and he gave me this book which I've been waiting to read. I'm going to read it on camera. There we go. I have now got the research open for the Crimson Cult, so if we look into my book over here, I should have, it's actually in one of the other ones. There we go. I've got a Crimson Cult research open, which opens up new things for me. I don't know what it opens up yet, but it opens up new researches regarding the Crimson Cult. I've done quite a bit of research, which I'm going to mention. So he's also left me a nice little shoot plushie, very cool. That's also from Decorcraft. And the only other thing Decorcraft I think I've got in here is that horary, because I just like horaries. I think they're cool. and it says Professor Mobius on it. I don't know why. Right. I have, as you can see, made some node stabilizers. I've got one of each primal node. This isn't the best way of doing this, by the way. It's just I like the look of it. You can go straight to the advanced node stabilizer and then go for the thing that goes on top of it and just have an energized node. But the advanced one needs arcane infusion for a start, and that's not too bad actually. I could have just made one of them and made this into an energized one, but I wanted one of each primal node anyway, just to like the look of them. So they're there as much for aesthetic as anything else. The next node I make, I will be making it into an energized one with all 6 aspects and using that to charge my table. I don't actually need that so much though, and I'll show you for why in a bit. Now this one I decided to feed it with another node. This was a 90 and I got another aqua. It was an 83 and I put it here, and the 90 ate all the 83 and it got an extra 1 on it, so I'm guessing there's quite a lot of diminishing returns on them. So I didn't get a lot of extra. I thought it might maybe for 83. I thought it might have pushed it over 100, but no, I didn't want to. I've got a little bit of. I've had to get a little bit of essentia, so I've got a little alchemical furnace and a couple of alembics there. So research-wise, I say I've done quite a bit. That's the distillation bit there that I'm just showing you. I'm sorry if you've never seen Thaumic before. That's pretty straightforward. I will talk more about this in an episode where I'm not trying to cover too much stuff. But the next thing I need to do is start doing infusion, which I'm going to show you my infusion room in just a minute. I've done a little bit of research in technomancy just because I was interested in what this node generator was about. Apparently you can make nodes, but that takes a lot of power. Technomancy is RF powered Thaumium, RF powered Thaumcraft. Pretty cool. It's a little bit. I think it's maybe a beta version that we're using. Automated I've mentioned before, of course, and one of the first things I want to make when I do infusion is I want to make Thaumic cakes for everyone for Christmas. So I need to get on with that. And then the other thing I've researched is Thaumic Energistics. This is applied energistics for Thaumcraft. This is how I'm going to do my infusion. This is how I'm going to do my crafting, which is why I don't really need the energized nodes so much just yet, even though you can send an energized node into. Oh yeah, I still do need it, yeah. V-relay. So I can actually send. What you do is you actually store your wand in your AE system and you craft from your AE system using this crafting terminal. So I'm going to be heading towards that. For that I need to apply the energistics. I'm not going to do the normal stuff on this series because I'm doing it on the other series. So if you're watching this not when it first come out, this series is running alongside my Direwolf 21.7.10 series where I'm doing applied energistics. In this I've set up this room here, this little cell work room, where I'm going to be making my basic stuff for a basic applied energistics system. I'm not going to go real crazy with it. Well, I've got this set up. I'm not really going to cover this because it's the same as what I covered in my previous episode on the other series. So I do understand it a little bit more now, and I also understand how that guy works. So yeah. Although that should be connected to him. You're not connected. You're getting power, you are connected. It just doesn't look like it is. We've got the version where the Ender IO conduits have got the AE conduit with them. So I'm actually, most of the stuff is running using AE conduit. But yeah, that is automated, semi-automated, these things, circuits and stuff. So yeah, that's that is going to get me the bits I need to make a basic AE system, and then from there we'll be concentrating on adding the Thaumic stuff to it to make it a AE based Thaumcraft stuff. Right, no one's looking. No, if we step behind this painting, what's this? Oh, down to the sewers. Oh, it's a dead end. Wow. Okay, bad acting aside, this is my infusion room. I think I'm going to do another room off that side and another room off that side for stuff like crafting and alchemical constructs and stuff. But this is how you make an infusion out there. You need 4 arcane stone bricks, 4 arcane normal bricks. They're the ones that you put in again to make them into that square pattern. And then a runic matrix, which is pretty straightforward. Artifice. So there's your runic matrix, just any shard, ender pearl. some of the stone blocks, and it shows you in here what you do to make that. And then once you've got it there, you need a pedestal in the middle and give it a twang with a wand. Boom, and there we go. We have now got an infusion light. I need to show you Poppy and Liara's base. It is possibly the best thing I've ever seen in Minecraft. It's really wonderful. Now, this thing has instability. The recipes that you're doing have instability. To lessen that, you can put skulls or candles or crystal clusters or things around your altar. I have not got many crystals at the minute. This series I'm not doing any automated mining other than magical means. So possibly a tunnel, possibly one of the arcane bars from Thaumic, probably blood magic stuff. The blood magic rituals that can bring me meteors later on. But for now, because I've not got many crystal clusters or skulls, I'm using candles around there. That should reduce my instability quite a bit. And I'm going to get on with doing a bit of infusion. So I'm going to get some stuff ready to get some infusion done. Now, the first thing I want to make are... Actually, one of the very first things I want to make is this guy, the infusion provider. For that, I need to make ascension mirrors, which are also infusion, and some other stuff. So, infusion provider is what I need to be able to use to power my infusion. So that's one of the first things I'm going to make. I'm also, actually, the first thing I'm going to make is Thaumic cake. I will get the bits ready for that. I'll make some Thaumic cake. Back in a bit. Okay then, I am back. I've done a little bit of prep work. What I've done is I've just got one of each of the primal aspects into a jar here. I'm not going to use a lot of jars in this series, but that's not a primal aspect. I'm an idiot. That's not Ignis at all. Have I got any Ignis then? I don't think I have. Damn it! I need some Ignis. What shall I use? What shall I use? Netherrack, I think. Yeah. Netherrack will do. I'll get some of that cooking. So all you do to get your aspects is you chuck them in here into this alchemical furnace. I'm running this off a lava crystal from blood magic, so it's using my LP network to get me resources, to get me these aspects. Let's get rid of that terror for now. I'm going to make one more jar, damn it. So I need some glass. I should have just re-recorded this bit, I think, because I didn't need to show you me making a mess of this. I thought that was Ignis, and it's not. Not that I really need Ignis. I could just use, for what I'm going to do, I could use something else, but I'm doing this now, so why not? Let's make 2 jars, might as well. So, make these jars, panes of glass, and slabs in your crafting table there. Shit. There we go. Got a couple of, got another spare one as well. So as I say, I'm saving some of these, but these will all be in my up and coming AE network. All I'm doing at the minute is I'm saving one jar full of each and binning anything else, because I don't really need anything else at the minute, and I can automate the getting of any of these later on. Now, what we need this for is, in fact, while that's cooking, let me just quickly go over a couple of more things that I failed to mention. You may notice a couple of things in my inventory. One of them is a bow of bone. That's from Thaumic. That's in the weight table. It's just bones, an entropy shard, and some string. And I made it really, really powerful. Look at that. So that's using the enchants from on the Britannia enchanter. So I've got the books down here for all of them. I managed. It took me several goes, but I made an auto disenchanter and it enchanted a Thaumic hoe several times, so I got a repair 2 book of that. I also pulled soulbound and withering off some stuff I'd looted. So that's power 5, load of damage, infinity, and this does actually need an arrow in your inventory, this bow of bone, which is really cool. I don't know if that's, I think that's just because of the way the bow of bone is, you don't actually need an arrow. Withering means that I wither things that I shoot. Soulbound means that if I die, then this stays with me, it doesn't go to my grave. Add that to the fact that I don't need an arrow, it means I've always got a weapon. So if I die, I've always got a weapon. Very nice. And then of course repair 2 means it repairs itself from my wand. So if I use that, the wand repairs it. The V in the wand repairs it back to full. So that's really nice. This thing is a bloodstone. There's a thing called a white stone that you find in chests. There's one. From random things. Uncharged white stone. Now if you have that in your hand on a full moon, it becomes this charged white stone. and then next time there's a blood moon, if you chuck it on the floor, it takes about 10 seconds, it becomes a bloodstone. Now this has got 14 charge in it, that means I've killed 14 mobs I think. If I kill 400 mobs and fully charge this, I get a region 2 effect on me, or maybe a region 1 effect. So I'm just carrying that round and killing stuff with that in my inventory. That's totally fill up, and yeah, I think when it's full you get a region effect, so it's like carrying around a beacon with you, which is very nice. And then this thing is also new from, check this out, really cool. This is new from Britannia. This is a crafting halo, assembly halo. All you do is you put it in your hand and you get this purple circle around you and a crafting table. Right click the crafting table. Why you no work? There you go, must have been because I was clicking a chisel block. A carpenter block. Right click the crafting table, you've got a crafting table. Anything you're crafting here. So the last thing I crafted there was a warded jar. Now I cannot craft this in here anyway because I need a arcane crafting bench for it. But see that I right clicked and it added it to one of these panes. So you can see that I've added lapis, redstone and coal block because I've been mining, because I've got a fortune, I get them filled up pretty quick. So once I've got, in fact let me shift right click to get rid of that, no, shift left click, there we go. Let me show you this way, let me run up here, I'm going off book again, I apologise. Let me grab some coal, there we go, that'll do us very nicely. So if I'm out mining, I've got loads of coal. If I shift and hold right click, you see a little graphic happen. And now if I look in my inventory, it blocked all my coal up for me. Very nice. So I'm using that as my portable crafting tool. When I fell through the world again, I think I mentioned that at the start of the episode. I fell through the world again, yeah, when I lost all them that stack of ritual stones. So I lost my crafting backpack, which had the ritual stones in it, actually. So I made this one because we've got this new one in the pack. Very nice. Very nice. Now, I'd like to try and get to Poppy on the Ira's base and show you it, but I don't think I'm going to have time in this episode. Bin that, and now what we should get in here is some Ignis. Cool. Now, the reason why we need this is, if we look at our Thaumic cake, where's it gone? There it is. Our Thaumic cake, we need some Salis Mundus. The other stuff's really basic, that's all cake materials anyway, isn't it? And the cake itself, of course. We also need these things, Gula, Famis and Fabrico. Gula and Famis both come from cookies, so I've just thrown a stack of cookies into that furnace behind me there. So I've got a full jar full of them. Cookies got one of each of them, so that cookies are real good for that. And Fabrico is on crafting benches. Crafting benches got 4 of them, so 16 crafting benches have gone in there. So I've got a full jar of that, and that's down by the infusion altar, so they're ready. All the other bits are ready. We need some of this stuff, Salis Mundus, and for that, this is a new thing to Thaumcraft. If you've not played 1.7.10 Thaumcraft, it's called a balance shard. We need to smelt a balance shard, and to make a balance shard, it doesn't actually click on it in here, but I have to click on it somewhere else. Unequal trade use, and there we go. To make a balance shard, you need all the primal aspects apart from the one you're going to throw in, the shard you're going to throw in. You see there, I can't actually stop that going round. But if I was going to throw, what I'll tell you I am going to throw in, because I've got mostly water shards. Yes, I need 16 of the other stuff. So what I could have done is I could just use fire shards for this, but I ain't got as many fire shards, which is why I didn't really need to get some Ignis. I could have used fire shards instead of water shards. So there we go, we've got some Ignis there as well. And these labels are really easy to make. Paper, slime and black ink. And I don't really need them, but they just look cool. That is an empty jar. Have you thieved my Ignis? You have, you thieving bugger. The Ignis there. Put that in there and I'll sort the rest out later. So what I need is I need a bit of all the aspects apart from water. So I'm choosing some vials here. Glass and clay, easy enough. And I'm going to take 16 of each of these. So I've got 16 of each of them in there. And now what I can do is take that off, and so I'm going to double check I've got the math right on this. So It's 2 to every one of them. Yeah, that's right. So what I want to do is in here, let's get these lined up so I don't make a mess of this. So I'm just going to go Q, 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 Q. And that should give me 4 balance shards. There we go. And then I'll get another 4 while I'm here. Now, doing it like this with the vials, you lose the vials, but it's a safe way of not getting too much tint. So it's not a bad way of doing it. What I shall do now is smelt a couple of these up. I'm setting alloys now, I want in fairness mode. And while we're there, let's have a quick look. Might as well make one of them, aren't I? 1 cap of equal trade. Let me get. Got no quicksilver yet, no. I'll smelt up a bit of quicksilver as well. So there we go, we've got 2 Salis Mundis, wonderful. And quicksilver there, and some quartz. I've been doing a bit of mining, I've been in the nether, and I used my Silk Touch pick, and I got about 2 stacks of nether quartz ore, which I processed through the sag mill here. It's got me all that nether quartz, which is really nice. I've got a load of nether quartz, and you get a little bit of bonus Certus quartz from that as well, which is very nice. 4 of them. 4 of them. 1 of them. Put my wand in, and boom! I've got a 1 focus of equal trade. Very nice. I shall be making a better wand very soon. I've only got a great wood gold banded one, but I needed infusion for that. So there we go. I've got everything I need now. Yep. Let me just have a quick tidy up. You can go in there. You can go in there for now. Put my magnet ring back on. You go in there, and you go in there. You go in there. We are tidy. Excellent. So, just in case you don't know, 1 of equal trade. This must be terrible for someone who's new to Thaumcraft. I'm presuming most of my viewers have watched Thaumcraft before. If you haven't, I apologise for skipping loads of stuff. This guy literally changes a block for another block. So if I put this onto my wand, so if I get my wand in my hand and press F, I can select that 1 cap now. See, it's sat on the end there. So now if I wanted to change these stone bricks for dirt bricks, let me grab some dirt. And what I need to do is shift right click on that, and you see in the top left corner there, that is now set to dirt. If I left click, it does 1 block at a time. If I was to right click, it'd do quite a few blocks. Shift right click on that, turn that back to stone. There we go. So really good, useful tool for building is what the 1 of equal trade is. Very nice. And you shift F to get that off. I'll just leave that in there for now, and you can enchant them to make them better. You give them potency, which means they do more bricks. You make them frugal, which means they use less V. You'll have seen there when I moused over it, there was in brackets there was a V cost. I think it's 0.07 per use when you first use it. So here we go. I've got my ingredients around here. You just right click these ingredients on there. So that's the ingredients you saw in the book down there. I've got 2 eggs, 2 sugar, bucket of milk, and our Salis Mundis. You want to get this as symmetrical as you can, because the better symmetry you've got, the less instability you'll get. So what I've got is I've got 4 things on these ones facing each other, so we've got a bit of circular symmetry there, and I've got the milk. I'm going to have the Salis Mundis opposite the milk, so we've got a bit of crosswise symmetry there. So this should be pretty safe. And as you can see, I've got a jar of Fabrico, a jar of Famis, and a jar of Gula. And now all I need to do is right click that. That is going to start drawing them in. Now if you get any instability, you'll hear explosions, and it can knock your things off your pedestals here. It's best if you think you're going to get. No, this has mana instability anyway. It says it on the bottom there. Look, instability mana. So I'm not expecting anything to go wrong, but it's best if you think something may go wrong to have spares of the stuff in your inventory, because it can blow them off the pedestals and it can destroy them. So and then you end up, it keeps drawing your aspects because it's not got the ingredients it needs. But you see, once it's got the aspects in, it's pulling the stuff off the pedestals, it's taking the milk. There we go, we have got a wonderful Thaumic cake. Excellent. This guy is amazing. Now, you can also, you're not meant to be able to move these, of course, but because of, I believe, cardboard boxes, I think we can move these. So we've got cardboard boxes in the pack. What I'm going to do is, of course, this is going to go where you go. You can go there. Bam. So now, whenever I'm hungry, which I will be in here if I'm manually doing this, I can just, come on, get some hunger on me, fool. There we go, there's a bit of hunger. So now, Thaumic cake, give that a click. That'll fill me up. And the wonderful bit about that is using magic, that guy will regen. So that's an everlasting cake, what you've got there. A wonderful everlasting cake. I'm going to make them for people for Christmas. That's going to be, anyone on the server who I know where you live, you're going to get one. People who don't know where you live, unfortunately, you're not going to. But I'm going to make about 7 or 8 of them and pass a few around to people. I think I've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to cover. Now, I'm going to just click a few things in here. I've mentioned that, but I ain't really showing it very well. Well of Suffering I'm getting on with very soon. Catch with some witches. For that I need mob farms. So I'll be getting on with them 3 in the next couple of episodes, certainly. Mob farms, certainly. Block placer, until we get the redstone sorted, I don't need that. Flintlock, I'm going to pass on that actually, because my bow's really good and I don't think the flintlock does damage like it. Ender cores I've been making. Now, ender cores, they are good for your plants, your ender seeds to grow on. Once I've got, there we go, there's ender cores under there. Once I've got a ritual of green growth going, ender cores will help them grow quicker because it's something that they can have more growth ticks in any given time when they've got ender cores under them, so they grow better with ender cores. Then the worst thing to grow on is sand, and is dirt I mean, then it's endstone, and then it's ender cores. I should have got some endstone when I was in the end actually, put under them until I get more of them. You make these by magical wood, ender infused obsidian, which is just obsidian around an ender eye, and eye of ender, which of course you should know what that is. Magical wood is ingots, enchanted books, or on a bookshelf. The enchanted books, the higher level the book, the more bits of magical wood you get. I've been using sharpness 5, and I've been copying my sharpness 5 book using the bibliocraft method down here. So if I get 40 levels, I can put that on there. See there, see it requires 40 levels. I've actually got no chasers in there either. 40 levels, so I need 80 levels is enough to get me 9 ender cores. So if I copy a book, make 3 copies, and copy another one, make another 3 copies, I get my 1 to go back in there, and 4 books. In fact, I think I need 80 levels per, yeah I do, I need 160 levels for 9 ender cores is what you need, so it's quite expensive, 160 levels I think, but my little XP farm there is doing me alright with that, so that's getting me them, so that's all good. I'm going to come and have a quick visit of Poppy and the Ira's place. I'll make sure it's okay for me to visit first. I'll be back in a sec when I'm there. So here we are at Poppy and the Ira's. Yay! Hello. There's the Ira, and Poppy's around here somewhere. This place is amazing. I love this place. Really think outside the boxes too at making stuff. That's one of my favourite things I see Poppy do, damage roads. I just don't know why, it's something real simple, but I like the look of it so much. Oops, I failed. I like the road, it's very good. So, they use really cool stuff like some rotor blades and stuff from big reactors there. So yeah, I was going to give it a bit of a tour. Cool. One of my favourite things I've ever seen in Minecraft around that corner there, which we shall get to in a minute. So the only other thing that I didn't mention at my base is I've expanded my power a little bit. You may have noticed I've got a second zombie generator, and I've got a third capacitor. There's Poppy. Hello, Poppy. We've got a sweet furnace around here. And because this is sand coat, they make sand for building, of course. Check these out. These look amazing. These this is using the collapsible. I think it's using the collapsible blocks. Yeah, collapsible blocks from carpenters. And that's from Decorcraft. These are really cool. I love these. These just look so natural. It's like playing Call of Duty or something. Not that I've ever played that. As anyone watching my videos knows. I've got like gravel, cobble, and soul sand. Nice. That's new. Not seen that yet. Nice crane there. That's what I want to be setting up on my dock as well, something like that. Very cool. These look amazing. Look at these shipping containers. I love them. I absolutely love them. They're brilliant. I'm going to be stealing that idea. And I can't believe I just typed totes. I've never said that in my life. I've got a nice little airplane here and a runway. Very cool. Some oil drums and a pump. It's just all nice, isn't it? I love the plane Poppy. I think Poppy made that. The Red Baron. I don't think the Ira likes it much. And then this is the interior. It's a little sexy room. I don't know what this bit's about. If it's a little bit disturbing. Right, and then if we come through here, that's a little doorway outside. I didn't know that was there. And then I believe I've shown you a little of this before. That's a projector, is it? I didn't realise. Nice. And then currently, as part of the ongoing redstone issues we've got, where'd she go? Ah. and show you where the other facility is. It's down there. Ooh. And we'll have a look down there in a later episode. Currently the elevator's out of order because of our redstone issues. So I shall show you down there another time. Thank you really much for the tour. Say bye, YouTubes. And I will leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the episode. There's a lot to fit in because I've done so much off camera. Like I say, I'm not really happy about how much stuff I've done, but I hope the Thaumcraft stuff was easy enough to follow. If you have any questions about the Thaumcraft stuff, then please ask them in the comments, and I will do my best. I will endeavour to answer them and possibly show things on camera if you need to. If you want to see things explained a little bit better. And I'll leave it there. Thank you as always for watching. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye. Watching me go. Look. It's a bit creepy just watching me leave. Bye.